Peace and Yah bless. Yah is the strong one. The strong one is Yah. He's the tree of life. He's the fountain of living waters. He is the spirit and creator of all things that live and breathe. On this particular discourse, we're going to change the subject matter a little bit, and we're going to talk about sex. All right. That big old 3-letter word, right? Okay? We'll talk about that a little bit. And we're going to talk about it within the construct of plural marriage. Okay? Now listen closely to what I just said. We're going to examine this, right, in the construct of plural marriage. Because a great many of you like I said, y'all gonna file this up real quick in the land, and you're gonna hear from me, or you're gonna hear from other elders or other counselors. Okay, and we're gonna deal with you about it. Okay. Now listen up. Open up your books, your Bibles, your book of remembrance, to Deuteronomy chapter number 21. Let's go there first, okay? All right. So let's talk about sexual matters, okay? Because everybody knows that the Cancer is obviously the sexiest sign in the zodiac. Okay, not Scorpio, it's the Cancer, all right? I'm just kidding. Anyway, you all, verse number 15. Listen up. If a man have 2 wives, okay? Now this is mentioned more than one time in this book, okay? If a man have 2 wives, I'm going to say it one more time. If a man have 2 wives, okay? This is given a statute right here. One beloved and another hated. And they have borne him children, right? Both the beloved and the hated, okay? So he has 2 wives and he has children with both of those wives, okay? And if the first born son be hers that was hated, then it shall be when he maketh his sons to inherit which he hath, right? That he may not make the son of the beloved firstborn before the son of the hated, which is indeed firstborn, okay? All right, so what this is saying right here is that if a man has 2 wives and he ends up disliking one, okay, but he loves the other one, and both of them have sons, that if the firstborn son happens to be the wife that he's hating or hates right now, that, whenever let's say he's getting ready to pass away or something, then he can't take the inheritance and transfer it over to the beloved wife, the wife that he loves. He can't give it to her son, okay, just because he hates the other wife. Okay, this is just one statute. Okay? All right? Now remember this, okay? If a man have 2 wives. So I guess the biblical question would be, right? Okay? Can a man marry more than one wife? Well, of course, it's telling you that right here. It's giving you an example and a statute of how he's supposed to handle a situation if he marries 2 wives, okay? Or even more wives, right? As we know will happen in the future, okay? So if a man has 2 wives, let's look right here. All right, yeah, we're getting steamy now, huh? I can feel the room heating up right now. Why I got it on this slide right here, because some of y'all see me post this on Instagram, I believe. And I posted it there for a reason, okay? I like to see what people's natural reaction to this is, okay? Okay? So I do this stuff for fun, just to see where their minds sit at. Because it's actually, it's a nice photo. There's nothing wrong with it. I mean, the average person, they probably start freaking out. But if you understand things and have a higher level thinking, you can kind of, see there's nothing wrong with this photo, okay? The only thing that would be wrong with this photo is if these are not his wives, okay? These are just random women that he's dealing with right here, okay? If they're random women that he's dealing with, then there's something wrong with this photo. But if these two women, he's married to these two women, as it tells you right here, if a man have two wives, okay, that he can marry, as long as he is married to these two women, then this photo's okay. All right, they're just doing some foreplay, okay? So let's get something straight real quick and fast, okay? When a man is dealing with two wives or 3, 4, whatever the case is, however many wives he has, okay, he can only have intercourse with one woman at a time, okay? There ain't no three-way sex going on, okay? It doesn't happen like that. You got to get some understanding on that, okay? Now, understand what I just said. I said there's no three-way sex, okay? So in other words, like right here, it's just basic foreplay. There's nothing really, there's no clothes coming off and all that, okay? They're just having just basic, his wives, they're entertaining their husband, and wives can do so. Now, what did I just say? Wives can do so. I didn't say girlfriends. I didn't say jump-offs, okay? I didn't say anything like that. I said these are this man's wives, okay? So there'll probably be different times, when they may be, entertaining their husband. Okay? All right? Now make sure you using your third eye. You can see through this easily. All right? This is not hard to see through. Okay? And there maybe he's just with these two wives and they're entertaining their husband. But let's just say the woman in front, it's actually her day. Well, then this woman in front is the only woman that he can take and have actual sex with. I'm talking about full-on outright sex, not like just, foreplaying or they just entertain their husband, okay? All right, because you can see they basically dress, not too bad, right? Okay? So these are his wives, and they're just entertaining their husband, okay? But they are his wives. Now, I want to reiterate that over and over and over and over again, because they are married to this one man right here. And as you saw in the Torah, that a man can obviously have more and marry more than one woman. Okay? Well, as we told you in the future, the men got to be wholly responsible themselves for all these wives that they're going to have. Okay? All right? They got to be able to handle this multiple wife system in a spiritual kind of way. Okay? And I ain't saying be no nerd or nothing like that. I'm just saying that you got to handle it in a righteous fashion. Okay, meaning what? That he can't, he's not going to take both of these women at the same time, talking about to a room and try to have sex with both of them at the same time. Full-on sex, okay? Clothes off, blah, 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 right? He's not going to do that. That will be against against Torah code, okay? He can't do that. He's going to take let's just say he just has these two wives. Well, each woman will have her day, okay? Be her day. When it's her day, he'll deal with her. Let's say it's Monday. Okay, Tuesday's her day, then he'll deal with her. Wednesday's her day, then he'll deal with her. Thursday's her day, then he'll deal with her. Friday's her day, then he'll deal with her. Sabbath day, no sex, period, right? Okay, that's right. For y'all who don't know that, no sexual activity on the Sabbath day. Okay, that's the Most High's day. You cannot do that. That's a violation against the Torah. Don't ever do that, okay? For those who don't know that. You're not supposed to do that, okay? And I know you don't know, so it's okay. I'm not tripping with you. I'm telling you what the law is and what the rules are, what the rules will be, and what they already are, actually, okay? But they're just entertaining their husband right here, okay? We hope, okay? So probably not really the case, but I'm using this as an example. You're in the Holy Land. You got two wives. They just, they just loving up on him. He's loving up on them, because you don't got to, as I said, like, let's say the man's at work and he just gets home from work and he's got, let's say he just got just these two wives, okay? Well, just because it's her day, right? Let's say it's Monday and it's her day right here, wife number one right here, doesn't mean that he ignores this lady right here. He can walk in, kiss this lady, squeeze on her, on her rear and everything else maybe, right? Then he may come over to this wife, kiss her. Same thing. They are his wives, okay? Remember that. See, that's the beauty of it. They are his wives. They mean something. They're in a union together, okay? These women are what? Sister wives, as they call it today, Okay, we just call it plural marriage, but they are sister wives, but not in no lesbian kind of way. Okay, that's where a lot of y'all going to get this thing wrong at. Okay, this is not a lesbian situation. Okay, it's just these women are entertaining their man. Okay, that's their husband, and they can entertain him. But when it comes time to hit that bedroom, only one woman goes in with him. Simple as that. Because it's her day. And that's how a plural marriage works, righteously, okay? Once again, righteously. That's how a plural marriage is supposed to work, righteously. Because as you see by the Torah in Deuteronomy 21, that a man can obviously marry more than one woman. That's just the Hebrew way, man. I'm talking about the Hebrew Israelites. I don't know about other cultures, even though the Africans do the same thing. The Arabs do the same thing. The Arabs have huge harems of women. Always have, because they already know this, okay? Okay? But the Hebrew Israelite custom, a man can marry more than one woman. Now, I know in America, they probably, I'm probably catching hell right now. They probably yelling at the screen, Zechariah, shut up. Don't say that. You know what I mean? But it's the biblical truth, and I wanted to show you that truth, even though I've shown this to you guys a few times. But sometimes you got to keep on reiterating the subject matter so that people get it before we go into the land. Okay? Because you get in the land, get to make these mistakes, man, you're going to be seriously castigated, man. Okay? Now, that's not no death penalty or nothing, but you will be seriously castigated for it. Maybe catch a fine of some kind, all right? For real. Now, okay? These ladies, he can only have sex with one wife on one day, okay? So, if it's only two wives, then, Monday's her day, Tuesday's her day, Wednesday's her day, Thursday's her day, Friday's her day, skip Saturday, that's Saturday, right? Friday night, Saturday night. When the Sabbath's over on Saturday night, then he can go back to this lady. So, it's pretty even. It works out well. Okay, I'm just saying if he has more than one wife. If he has one wife, well then, it's hers every day, right? With the exception of the Sabbath day. No sex on the Sabbath day, okay? That's the the Most High's day. You don't play around on that day, okay? But it's very, very important that you understand these rules, okay? And understand the rules of what they call polygamy or plural marriage, okay? You got to learn how to keep these women separated when it comes down to sexual matters, okay? As far as you guys enter into the bedroom, you have an actual, I'm going to say full-on sex with that woman. I'm talking vaginal sex, with that woman. Okay, it's only going to be that woman day, whoever's day it is, okay? And gentlemen, just be responsible, man. Always have a schedule. Maybe always have it posted so that you understand, know where you are, okay? That way you can cut down on a lot of arguments, you know what I'm saying? Okay, because, sexual matters are a big deal, especially amongst black women. It's a big deal, and when they hear in this video, they probably took their phone and threw it against the wall, when they heard me bring this up. Because a lot of women, they're not digging hearing this right now because a lot of women have never heard it, okay? And then the women who have heard it, they think of it in a almost like a lesbian type of way. No. These two women can't be lesbians. That's against Torah law, okay? All right. Now, foreplay is just foreplay, man. They can entertain their husband. It's just foreplay. But that's as far as it goes. Okay. When it comes time for this man to have sex with this woman, he has to take just this woman one-on-one. Okay. On her day. And that's it. The next day, he can come in, hey, still greet his wife number one, greet wife number two, say, hey, it's our turn. Let's go get it. Okay. And believe me, the more wives, the more complicated, okay? Because, women going to be fighting over their day when their day comes. They're going to make sure it's their day. I guarantee you, especially the more wives you put to it, okay? The more wives you add to your family, okay? Now remember, and that's what these are. They're just one big old unit and family. Plural marriage, okay? So I'm trying to get some understanding, okay? So let's go back to the book, all right? Isaiah chapter 4 tells you that in the future, this is going to take place. Here it is. And in that day, that means in the future, right? 7 women shall take hold of one man. 7 women shall take hold of one man. That's a lot of women, right? Saying what they're going to say. We would eat our own bread and wear our own clothes, right? Apparel, right? Only let us be called by thy name to take away our reproach. Reproach means shame. Okay? All right? Let's read verse number 2. In that day shall the branch of Yah be beautiful and glorious, and the fruit of the earth shall be excellent and comely for them that are escaped of Israel. So once again, it's these people who escape. Okay? Those who escape. All right? Now, when it's talking about this branch of Yah, it's talking about the movement of Yah, those people. Okay? We're going to be beautiful and glorious. Okay? All right. For those what? Who have escaped of Israel, all right? But that's who these 7 women are going to go to. They're going to come to one man like, look, man, we got to go eat our own bread, got our own food and money, and, we're going to wear our own clothes, but just, man, they saying, please let us be called, be our husband, okay? To take away our reproach, to take their shame away, okay? Let us be called by your name, by your last name, right? Okay? To take away our shame, because they're going to be in the Holy Land. They're going to want to have sex, and they're going to know the rule. Well, you're not going to be able to have sex with a man unless he becomes your husband. So that's why they're saying that. Let us be called by your name. So to take away our shame, we want a husband. We want to get it on. You know what I mean? And we want to get it in. So because you can't just do random sex like you do in the United States today. Okay, it can't be random like that. The man has to be your husband, because that's what happens whenever a man goes into a woman's vagina, and he goes in her, you know what I'm saying? Okay, I don't have to get all graphic, when he ejaculates into her, boom, that becomes your wife. So a lot of people don't even know that over here in the United States. Okay, we way out of pocket sexually here in the United States, according to Torah law, according to the Bible, if you want to say it like that. We way out of pocket, man. We been out of pocket. But this is the daughter of Babylon, where anything goes. So that's why it happens like that. Because in a situation like this, a dude right here, he'll be having these two, doing something lesbian. You know what I mean? You're not supposed to do that. So men, I'm going to tell you right now, man, on this date right here, okay, 6/20 of 2020, okay, do not do that in the Holy Land, man. Don't do it now. But specifically in the Holy Land, please don't do that, man. Okay? These women are straight women. They're going to stay straight women all their lives. Okay? Lest they break a law and it costs them their life. Okay? All right? So that's the next thing I'm going to talk about. Is, it's hard out here, man, because, some of these women, you got to dang near go get baby pictures, man, to figure out if they are, a woman or not. And it's a shame to be in the daughter of Babylon. America ought to be ashamed of themselves, man. Go around here, y'all got drag queens, all that, and y'all think that stuff is cool. Okay? And they got some women who were men, right? Had sex changes and got fake boobs put in. You got men around here thinking, they're real women. They ain't even real women. You go to the baby picture, used to be a boy. I'm talking for real, man. That's how sick the daughter of Babylon is, man. That's a sickness, man. That is cruel and unusual to do a thing like that. Okay? It's hard for these men out here. And some of these women, they just jump back and forth. They with men one day, with women the next day. Men one day, women the next day. Okay? They don't know what they want to do. Okay? But you have to tell these women the truth about what's supposed to be happening in a union like this. Okay? No union like this ever takes or should ever take place unless this man in the middle is their husband. Okay, and like I said, when it comes, this is just foreplay. But when it comes to all outright sex, man, he has to take only one woman and deal with that one woman. Okay, on her day. The next day, he'll take his other wife number 2, and that's her day. Okay, so it's balanced out and very equal. Now, like I said, the more women you add to it, well, the more complicated your counter is going to get. But that man still has to handle that, correctly. That's why I told you, naturally, I guess the person would ask me, well, can a man, can he kiss his wives and, hug up on his wives, when he sees them? Of course. Why not? Why wouldn't you be? They're your wives. That's why they are your wives, okay? Of course you can hug up on them and, foreplay with them a little bit. Naturally, okay, cool. But when it comes to full-on sex, only one wife at a time. Okay? One wife at a time. So you gentlemen, don't foul this up when you get to the Holy Land, man. You're going to hear from me real fast, man. Okay? Remember that. Okay? Remember that. We are a righteous nation of people. All of our behavior is always going to be opposite of what the kingdoms have done. I'm talking about everybody else in the world, the heathens. Okay, whatever the heathens doing, we ain't going to do. And we don't do anything like what the heathen does. And we don't carry out like what the heathen does. Not even in sexual practice. We don't carry out like the heathen, man. Okay, because the heathen going to handle this situation totally wrong. All right, so if you listen to the sound of my voice this day, you better learn and understand this, okay? All right, let's go to Isaiah chapter 6. Because we know that the land of Israel, it talks about here in chapter 6 and verse number 12, okay? That when we get back, that we're going to bring about the holy seed, okay? The holy seed are not in the land today. When we get there is when that's going to happen, okay? And Yah have removed men far away, okay? And there be a great forsaking in the midst of the land, okay? But yet in it shall be a tenth, okay? That's talking about the men. And it shall return, okay, unto Yah and be eaten, okay? As a teal tree and as an oak, whose substance in them, okay, those men, their substance, their semen, right? When they cast their leaves, when they ejaculate into their wives, right? So the holy seed shall be the substance thereof. The holy seed children be born, okay? All right? All right, very, 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 very important that you understand what I'm trying to tell you guys today. That you get it. So I'm quite sure there's people in the land are already fouling this thing all the way up. Right? You know what I mean? I'm quite sure they fouling it up because they probably think, oh, man, these are my wives, man. I can do anything I want to do with them. No, you cannot. That is not true. So when I get there, I'll be there to regulate. You can best believe that, okay? To get you guys some understanding of what you're supposed to be doing, including sexual practice, man. Okay? That's my specialty. I'm a Cancer. So anyways, my point is that, you guys got to get some understanding, get a grasp on what you're supposed to be doing in the land. Remember, Yah's holy name is in Israel. Okay? And we are a holy people. So we have to conduct ourselves in the fashion of a set apart people from the rest of the heathens, okay, out here in the earth. Now, they're going to do whatever. Okay? They're going to do whatever. So let them do whatever. But when we get our wives and we have sex with our wives, okay, right, as I just told you, we're going to bring about the holy seed children, okay, of the children of the future, right? Children of promise, right? Okay, so let's go to Isaiah chapter 60 and let's go to verse 21 and 22. Okay, when we get back to the land, let's read this. Thy people also shall be all, hear that? We're going to be all righteous. You hear that? Thy people also shall be all righteous. Listen to that. Okay, they shall inherit the land forever, the land of Israel, right? The branch of my planting, the work of my hands, that I may be glorified. So remember, we have to make sure that Yah is being glorified through our work and through our actions and through what we do. See, when you're handling this situation, that's why you got to handle it right. That Yah is always being glorified, okay? Even though you're enjoying this pleasure, okay? You got to make sure that Yah is being glorified by doing what? Only taking this, even though you have 2 wives or 3 wives or 4 wives or 7 wives, you're only going to have sex with just this one woman on her day. Okay? You're not, like I said, y'all may be foreplaying somewhere, living room or outside or what the case is, but when it gets so hot that it's time to go take it to, to the bedroom, you're only going to be in there with just one woman. Okay? Whichever woman's on that day. Like I said, keep your schedule, gentlemen. Prepare your schedule and get ready. Okay? But that's the way that's supposed to be handled, in a righteous way. What did the Most High tell right here in 21? Okay? Thy people shall all be righteous. That means we have righteous behavior, man. Even our sexual practice, right? Okay? Our sexual practice still has to be righteous. And we ain't saying be no nerd. You ain't got to go in the bedroom and be no nerd. You know, you still get loose in there. It's just you're going to be in there with just one of your wives, okay? You're not taking them both to the bedroom, okay? Okay, for outright, I'm going to say full-on sex. You're not doing that. Foreplaying, you're just foreplaying, right? Okay? Verse 22. A little one should become 1,000, okay? Because we got big families when we get back to the land. And a small one, a strong nation. I, Yah, will hasten it in his time, okay? That his talking about, okay, his movement, his people. Okay, he's going to hasten the time, make time move faster to bring us back home, okay, to bring all these things about. But yeah, we got to be all righteous, man, and how we behave, even sexually, man, okay, even sexually, all right. So just want to give you guys a little bit of advice, man, before we get to the Holy Land on how to conduct yourself, especially you gentlemen, and how you conduct yourselves with your wives, man, okay. Remember to be righteous with them, all right. Okay, you get home from work, or let's say you just came from the field, or doing some work, and you come in, you see your wife, you miss them, you're gonna hug them. Okay, foreplay them, kiss them, whatever. You might, squeeze on their behind or whatever the case is. You know what I mean? You ain't got to just because let's say it's her day. Just because it's her day don't mean you can't pay attention to your other wife. Because if you do that, this wife right here is not gonna be very happy. If you do that, all the rest of your wives are not going to be very happy. Because imagine you got 4 wives and you come in and you only kiss just one. You've been gone all day. It's her day. She knows it's her day, right? Okay, you come in from work and you only just greet her and kiss her and deal with her. That marriage ain't going to be good. It's going to be calamity in there a lot. Okay, you got to pay attention to all your women. Okay? That you pick, that you keyword, that you married, to not jump off, to not girlfriends, or any of that. You married them, okay? All right? You can pay attention to them all. It's just when it's time for you to have sex, it's this woman's day, you take her, you go do your thing. Simple as that. And you bring about the holy seed. And you bring about these children, and and that's why you're going to have more than one wife, because that's called baby production, okay? As you can see right here, it tells you that a little one should become 1,000, and not necessarily 1,000, but we're gonna have bigger, big families again, like we did, like your grandmothers and your grandfathers had. Sometimes they have 15 kids and stuff like that. Yeah, man, but not from one woman. Okay, that's a lot of stress on one woman to have 15 kids. But I don't know how they did that back in the day. But anyway, so remember to be righteous with your wives whenever you get them, man. Okay. Remember that. Be righteous with your wives, okay? Like I said, you ain't got to be no nerd or nothing like that with them. You know what I mean? Get down. But when it comes time for you to take this woman, take just this one woman and deal with her on her day. When it comes time for you to take this other woman, take this other woman, okay? And deal with just her on her day, okay? Now, as far as, like I said, foreplaying, you guys can foreplay around. The women can entertain. They can entertain their husband, okay? But when it comes time to go full on sex, you can only take the woman who it's her day. Okay? That's how you manage a plural wife system and be successful. Because if you try to just give all attention to one woman on her day, you're going to lose touch with the other 4 or the other 3. Okay? You got to be able to, remember, women are emotional creatures, so you got to be able to balance them, okay, by paying attention to them. So you're going to come up, you're going to kiss her, and whatever the case is, and squeeze on some body parts. You might walk around the house, see her. Maybe she sleeps, she's got, hey, baby, you go grab her, squeeze on some body part. Hey, greet her, give her a good kiss. Nice, wet kiss, you know what I mean? Whatever the case is. Cool, no problem. All right? Or these 2 women, they might, we missed you today, so, they ain't not kissing on you, whatever the case is. But when it gets to the point where it's time to go to that bedroom, you're only going to take just one woman, okay? And remember to be righteous, okay? Don't mean you got to be a nerd. Don't mean you got to be no nerd. Just because we're priests and things like that don't mean we don't know how to get down in the bedroom. Because some people think that, okay? You still go in there and get down. You don't go in there and act like no nerd. You go in there and you put it down to your wife like you're supposed to. And bring forth these children like you're supposed to, okay? Now, you gentlemen, remember that. It's the same way I would talk to some of you guys face to face if I was to counsel you, okay? And I am a wonderful counselor, don't forget it. All right, thank you guys for listening. That's a little more about plural marriage, okay? Because in the future, in vogue one more time. We're going to, and forever. And your children will be raised in it, so it won't seem unusual to your children. It's just unusual to us because, in the United States, you can only legally marry one woman. Okay, even though most of these men are cheating anyway. So it's kind of plural marriage, whether these women like it or not, basically. Anyway, they're just doing it from an unrighteous perspective. Okay, by not telling the other woman they got another woman on the side. That's unrighteous, man. That is not righteous to do that. Okay? All right. And we've all been there, so we're all guilty, including me, okay? And including you. So anyway, so you guys have an excellent day, and thank you guys for listening to all this discourse. You really do need it for the Holy Land. So you'll make less mistakes when you get there, okay? So that is the Tristes on plural marriage, okay? Once it gets a little too hot, man, you got to grab that woman. If it's her day, then you take her, okay? If it's her day, then the woman in back, you get her. Okay, but not all three at the same time. All right, it doesn't work like that. Okay, that's generally wickedness. Okay, that's wickedness right there. You don't want to do that. Okay, remember the Most High said we're gonna be what? All righteous. Okay, His people, all righteous. Okay, thank you all for listening. Peace and y'all bless.